Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have some pretty exciting news and lore. For the first time in over 7 years, playable elites are getting new armor, and also for the first time ever, energy swords are getting their own skins, both for Halo 3. These are all going to be coming with Season 7 of the MCC, which is very aptly named Elite. So today we're going to have a rather cinematic look at these new armors, sword skins, and also the lore for all of them. I do want to thank Punish Delta, Haruspis, Mercenary 9229, Tom Jurassic, Covenant Cannon, and Halo Cannon for making this video possible by providing footage. I was like halfway through recording and editing this video, and the Season 7 flight decided to end, which stopped me from being able to record anything else, but they all came in clutch and saved the video, so thank you very much to them. Links to all of them can be found in the description. So, let's not waste any more time and begin. Analogous in many ways to an honor guard, the Keepwoods are often tasked with maintaining the safety of a region's Kaiden. Once referred to as the Fanatic Harness, elite Keepwoods don the relatively familiar looking Keepwood Harness. Given their ranks' clear similarities to the honor guards of the Covenant, it's no surprise their armor shares design similarities with their ornate sacred armor of old. The only difference is that now they offer their lives to protect honor-bound warriors, not spineless prophets. The Accord Harness is one of the first elite combat harnesses designed primarily by human engineers as a part of the Anvil Initiative. In the years since the alliance was struck between man and elite, we've seen various forms of elite-inspired human technology pop up, from weapon accessories to entire Mjolnir sets, but this is the first time that we've seen a human-designed piece of elite technology, and the inspiration is clear. The blockier look, more modular design, and presence of skull-like detailing scream of human-rooted engineering. The helmet design also bears many similarities to an ancient, centuries-old yet beloved piece of human media, considered iconic by many entertainment historians. Even after the war, many elite warlords chose to don harnesses of high esteem on the battlefield, an example of which being the General Harness, some looking to fill a power vacuum left by an empire's fall, while others seek to reclaim a far older sense of honor. Originally meant to be the post-war Commander Harness, the inspiration drawn from both Reach-era General and also post-war era Commander Harnesses in this incredibly ornate set of armor speak well to its role in a post-war galaxy, one of power, of status, and ultimately, one of honor. Little is known of the Evocati's Seneschal Order, but documents uncovered after the Covenant War have begun to shed new light on the true purview of the role. Given it's the harness of the secretive Seneschal Order within the Ultra rank, the sleek and ultra-like design of this deadly harness should be no surprise. How the Seneschals operate in a post-war galaxy and where their allegiances lie, however, appears to be as mysterious as the Order itself. Typically held by female elites, the role of Scion is most often granted in the event of a Kaiden's death. As Arbiter Vadam has grown in influence, the Scion has become an increasingly respected and valued position across their people. This armor was notably worn by Tul Jiran, the captain of the Kaiden Tulum Jirani's guard and the Scion of his keep. However, as per elite tradition, she and all Scions could never own nor inherit their Kaiden's land and possessions. In the event that a Scion is the last of their bloodline or family, other Kaidens would vie for their hands in marriage as to take control of their former Kaiden's empire. That said, not all Scions agreed with this proposal. Elite history is filled with stubborn Scions, such as the Grey Maiden of Konar, who lived out their lives under perpetual siege, fortified in their keeps, aided by loyal vassals, and the foolishness of rival Kaiden admirers who wasted decades fighting among themselves. One of the harness patterns favoured by the Eyes of the Prophets. Many who once held this title are now considered enemies of the Keep for traitorous actions during the Great Schism. The Asuna rank was one of the few temporary ranks within the Covenant, typically only issued for a singular mission of grave importance, bestowed upon certain elites by the prophets themselves and acting as a subclass of the stealth rank. These elites, these Asuna, were essentially spies and assassins, gathering intel on the enemy and, where possible, avoiding combat, and their sleek harness, complete with sacred neon accents, facilitated this unique role perfectly. There are only 2 Asuna known by name, the first being Isna Nozzily, who was made an Asuna for the Covenant's raid on the Pillar of Autumn, during which he was ordered to gather intel on human tech, notably Cortana, and try to ascertain the location of Earth. Nozzily was able to scout out most of the ship, even managing to hide on the bridge and watch most of the senior staff, including Keyes, rather closely, thanks to his active camouflage. However, he bit off a bit more than he could chew when he tried to hide on Captain Keyes' lifeboat. The captain noticed the distortion that the camo created and shot him in the head. The other Asuna was Arta Dezoni, who served Julum Dharma during their assault on Vadam Keep. He proposed the assassination of the Arbiter via either long-range attack or by using one of the Kraken's claws as a bet to try and demoralize the Swords of Zengheilios warriors. Now, obviously he failed, but it is interesting to see the similarities between Julum Dharma's unique harness and the Asuna harness. While still adept warriors in their own right, elite artisan armourers are accomplished craftsmen who, free from prophet oversight and coercion, are now entering a renaissance period of warsmithing. The elite artisans are an order as old as the elites themselves, responsible for crafting an overwhelming number of elite, covenant, and even human technology over the years. During the times of the Covenant, they created the Brute Plasma Rifle and were even known to create custom plasma rifles for notable individuals upon request. Following the war, they modernized the Invader Harness for use in hunting down Brute raiding packs, created the experimental Blood of Saban carbine, and even spawned the Storm Rifle. But their most experimental creation was born from their post-war alliance with humanity, the Heliosquill Gen 2 Mjolnir, developed by a female artisan in an effort to test her skills against humanity's best armor manufacturers. Moving over to the blades now, we start off with the Evocates Edge. Only the most adept of blade masters were chosen to wield the Ultra's holy fire. Given both the name and description, this holy white blade seems to be unique to the Ultra rank, which honestly adds even more flair to an already badass rank. Necroplasma, the glow of fury for those who refuse to become pawns of the creeping death. Now, I can't help but think that this was inspired by the Halo 5 Infection Sword, or maybe elite culture believes in zombies and zombies get their own blades. The Light of Jory. Jory's warm light helps give Zengheilios life. This blade is for all who defend her. This golden blade is dedicated to the Jory Sun, one of the 3 that bathe Zengheilios in holy light, and as such, her inhabitants honour it. Kaiden's Guard. The swords of Zengheilios brandish blades bound by honour, to defend a keep not bound by borders. A blade unique to the swords of Zengheilios. It's pretty cool to see sword variants popping up for specific factions and use cases now in this post-war era. It's amazing what happens when you don't have spineless prophets overseeing you. Darkstar. Will Fide call out your name in the Hall of Eternity when your last breath has been spent? This purple blade is dedicated to Fide, another of Zengheilios' 3 sons. This sun is deemed the Darkstar and is named after a death god associated with the elite underworld, who is said to have resided in the Hall of Eternity, where he calls out the names of elites who died honourably until the last elite in the universe breathes their last breath. The Bloodblade. Hidden, active, deadly. The Silent Shadow have been, the Silent Shadow remain. So, this confirms the Silent Shadow are still active. I would assume within the Banished, however, I wouldn't bet against the Order kind of splintering in the post-war era, with some Blade Masters having not joined the Banished and rather forged their own alliances with other keeps and Kaidens, or even remained as lone wolves. the Lance of Saban. Only Sudanese natives may possess blades infused with a shard of the moon's own bounty. So, this is the first sword ever to integrate Sudanese crystals mined from the moon of Saban into its blade. Now, considering these are the same crystals that the Needler uses, Blamite, I do wonder how this affects its performance. Maybe it makes it sharper, burn hotter, create an on-hit super combine explosion, or maybe it's just for flair. And so, there you have it. The lore of all of the new elite armors, ranks, and energy swords. I've gotta say, it's so good to see the elites getting some love again. It's been so long since they were paid any mind, so seeing them get an entire MCC season dedicated purely to them is pretty damn cool. Something to note though, if, like me, you're not exactly particularly happy about the lack of playable elites in Halo Infinite, then get out there when Season 7 comes out and wear these armors in matchmaking. Talk about them on forums, and hell, even if you can, make content about them. Do whatever you can to show 343 that there are indeed a large number of players out there who want playable elites. I'm not saying this will suddenly change their mind for Infinite, but I mean, you never know. It's worth a punt. At the end of the day, this is only the second time in 343's entire tenure with Halo that they've actually done anything for playable elites, so let's use this opportunity to show them that there is demand for them to be added in Halo Infinite. But anyway, I want to give a massive thank you to everybody who's supporting me over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much, and thank you all so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in the next one.